Everybody, I'm Lady Nika in with last night's episode of QueenSugar Child. It was the season finale. This was heavy, but it was very good, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it in depth too. We're gonna get deep into this thing. So I hope y'all chilled, sitting back, relaxing. Let's talk about what happened on QueenSugar last night. We open up with Blue. He out in the garden with Kenya 2.0, and he's saying, "I gotta tell you what I overheard, but it's a cuss word in there. I heard one of the grown-ups say that damn girl, and I just knew they was talking about my mama." See, that goes to show you that children do uh kids are aware. They may not understand what's going on, but they can tell when there's been a shift in the atmosphere around them. And he was curious, he knows something ain't right. He ain't seen his mama and he ain't seen his daddy. Some is amiss with my family right now. But he don't quite know. And she come out there to keep him a little bit of company. And she was humming This Little Light of Mine. And he said he remembered that song, so she began to sing it. And she kissed him, and you could just see the love she got for that child in that moment, sitting there. And I said, boy, this little boy here is absolutely adorable. He is the center of this family. He would all of them. He would make them all do right or feel right. He is like that breath of fresh air for everybody. Now Nova and her friend is over there, the journalist girl. She over there interviewing this farmer. What they doing is trying to dispel some of the rumors that are out there about malfunctioning equipment down to the QueenSugar mill, right? So he's recanting his experience down there, and he's saying ain't nothing wrong. When we see a car pull up, well, Nova must have known it was Darla ass, because she told them excuse me a minute. She go over there to see what it is that she wanted. Darla said, "I knew Ralph Angel was probably still in the fields, and I thought this would be the best time for me to slip in and be able to get a couple of things in my phone charger and slip back out before I was noticed or anything." Darla said Nova told her no. She couldn't come in, go in the house. And she said, "This is my home. This is where I raised my son." And Nova corrected her, "No, this is our home, and I don't trust you." Nova said, "I can understand, darling, you were strung out, but once you became sober, you should have told him. If you really loved him, you would have told him the truth, no matter how hard it was to tell him." She said, "I wanted to, but I was afraid." And Blue brought him so much peace and happiness. Nova said, "So you chose to lie to him instead." She told her she had to leave, basically, and you can come back when Ralph Angel here if you want to and get whatever it is that you're trying to get. But right now, it's a no-go. And you can see the hurt in Darla's face, because she know that she is officially out once again with this entire family. Now, Charley go to see Jacob Boudreaux. And he was expecting her, because he know about the rumors. Hell, his family is the one putting them out on the people, putting them out on her and her sugar mill. He expecting her to come, and he basically is kind of gloating, but he's offering her an olive branch. You want to be working, we can work with each other and not against each other. It's what he's trying to tell her. He also was flirting with her, and I was like, ew. She told him, at the end of the day, all this conniving and shit y'all are doing, it's gonna end. And I'm not going into business with you. I told you that before. And she left. Now we see Darla driving, she's still in the car from leaving over to Ralph Angel's house, and she hurt. She real hurt. She don't know how she got in this situation. You know what I'm saying? She never thought that she would lose it all. She gained it all just to lose it all. And I know she having a hard time processing that with everything going on inside her head. She just screams. And that's a coping mechanism. That's a coping skill. You learn that in anger management too. Finding an outlet for your anger. And I would rather her sit in that car and scream through her pain than to go to the crack house again. She passes by Aunt Vi's house. She was going to pull up in the driveway, but she stopped and she looked at her baby, Aunt Vi in Hollywood. So she decides she not gonna go there. I guess she too fucked up right now and she feel like everybody against her. I can't take nothing else. Nova done already went off on me. And all Nova was doing was basically taking up for her brother. Now, since she didn't stick around when he was younger to do it then, she's now trying to take up for her brother. So she leaves. She leave in defeat. Anyway, Hollywood is out there fixing blues or bicycle and by saying how good Hollywood is with fixing things and how strong its hands is. In fact, if it wasn't for Hollywood, a lot of shit around here be broke. So of course that makes Blue, he wants to learn how to be strong with his hands and learn how to fix things around the house too. So they're laughing and talking about that when Hollywood receive a call. So he takes the call and he walks off a little bit, and you can tell whatever's being said to him on that phone is having an impact on him in some kind of way. Child, he's smiling when he come back over there to advise. He say, baby, we celebrating. And I said, what we celebrating? He said, baby, we rich. I said, now, boo, that's a nice amount of money that y'all looking to get. Remember, Hollywood was on that rig when it blew up. He told her, they settled for triple what we was originally asking for. So on by, she like me, she went to doing that shit in her head. Carry the one. Wait a minute. You said triple, right? For real? He said, for sure. She said, it's your show, Hollywood. He said, yes, baby. And they happy as hell, and so was I. Because I said, ooh, bitch, we finna move up to the deluxe apartment in the sky. We gonna be the Jeffersons, bitch. Meanwhile, Ralph Angel is dealing with more of the aftermath of these rumors that are being spread around St. Joseph Parish in regards to the QueenSugar mill. There's this lady there who Ralph Angel obviously have known for quite some time. His daddy was probably cool with this lady and her family. And she's saying, look here, my son got into some trouble. Now that phone your sister Nova had helped us get him out of jail. But we done racked up quite a bit of a legal expense with dealing with him, trying to keep him out. And I'm hearing these rumors about the QueenSugar mill. And Ralph Angel said rumors ain't they just rumors? Ain't no truth to them. And she said, baby, it's always a seed of truth that stems from a rumor. She can't risk her son's life on a maybe. She came out of respect for his daddy and because she know him and respect him. I don't know your sister that well, but I just wanted to tell you face to face, me and my brother, we gonna take our cane elsewhere. And she want him to tell Charley. She said, it's just this year because I have to make sure we make this money this year. He said it ain't going to be no other year if things keep going like it is right now. But I'll tell Charley for you. And you can see the disappointment in his face. And even in that lady's face, she didn't want to say that. She didn't want to do that. But they old country folk and these white people got their hands around their necks, basically. They doing all kinds of hawing and conniving to make these farmers opt to stick with them and not go to the QueenSugar mill. Now down to the mill, Charley is going through it herself because she's steady getting phone calls and it's customers falling out saying that they taking their business elsewhere. Even the ones that are in contracts that had told, she's telling them that you could be assessed late, a cancellation fee. They cool with that shit. They just can't take the chance of her being the person to take care of their entire harvest because they need their money. Now back over to Vi, you got Hollywood and her still sitting out there with Blue, but Blue is in the little homemade swing now. Back us country folks, we know about that. You take an old tie and you take some good strong sturdy rope and you hook it onto that maple tree and you tie a good knot in it so the baby can't fall, and it's a homemade swing. And he out there doing that and she just smiling sitting on the step on Hollywood. She said, this how I feel to be rich? He said yes, because they always been rich. They been rich in each other and love. Money only is going to enhance that. And I said, yes, God. He tell her, worry not, just relax and dream, baby. He said he want Violet forever, but he want her forever on paper. And even though we said that there was not ever something that we needed to do, I want it now. She think on what he said, and he said no need to be stressing about it, no need to even think twice about it, because there's plenty of people out here wishing they had what we got right now. He said he has never had a woman like a vibe before in his life, and she said, I ain't never had a man like you before. He said, yeah, well, will you be my wife? And she said, yes. Yes, 100 times, baby. And I said, baby, we is fitting to have a wedding. Me, Vi, and Hollywood is getting married next season. Bitch, what is y'all bringing? Y'all know I can't cater because bitch I'm one of the motherfucking brides. I'm coming down the aisle with Vi. We gonna hook on to this man because I told you that's my type of man. I loves me a regular ass man. No stunts, no shows, just a regular hard working man. And they hard to find nowadays. And some people say Hollywood ugly, but baby, let me tell you something about an ugly man. Let me tell you something, ladies, young ladies that may be watching this, bitch, come closer. A ugly man will pay a bill. Ugly man will pay a bill, bitch. He'll pay a electric bill. A ugly man will let you sit at home and deal with your lupus and come up on a whole millionaire status probably while he doing it. Okay, that's what Hollywood do. You know what? They are hashtag Black Love, hashtag relationship goals. I love this couple. They give hope, honey. They give you faith. They give an old bitch like me faith. And you know faith ain't nothing but the substance of things unseen and evidence of things unheard or something like that, baby. I have to go back to the Bible. It's in Hebrews, though. Baby, that ain't nothing but faith. And that's what you need to maintain yourself. So if you around here one of them ladies feeling like you ain't never going to find your happily ever after, girl, don't feel that way. Don't feel that way because it's somebody for everybody. All you got to do is be present in that moment and have just a little bit of faith and a whole lot of good sense. You'll find your equal yoke, and if you don't, it wasn't in the story of your life. So be content with what God give you every day. But it don't hurt to have some faith. The Bible tell you to have it. Go to Hebrews. It'll tell you about that, child. I ain't got it all the way together because my mind ain't where it need to be right now. It's running 100 miles an hour because it's tired. But, yeah, go on over there and get you some of that faith. And that man is a good man to her. I am so glad that they are showing us what a true symbolism of black love on TV, opposed to all the foolishness and fuckery we get when we watching these other shows, and especially the reality ones. But let me keep on moving. Now let's go over to Nova Place, because see, she done heard the good news, and she throwing on by in Hollywood engagement dinner, child. We got Blue over there. Then they get there, they say the others coming. Um, she said she got to mark this day because Hollywood and Vi is pure gold. They precious and they show is because they along with Blue is what's keeping everybody together. Later on, they talking and laughing, and Vi is recanting a time where that old slutty ass Roberta down to the high yellow, the waitress, she was trying to come on to Hollywood talking about she know why his name Hollywood, because when the lights go out, he want action. That's some corny shit. Even Nova said that was corny, but they laughing about it. When Remy arrives and he came with a bottle, I said, oh, them the kind of companies I like. I like some BYOB, baby. He came on in there with the bottle. He said Charley caught up at the mill. He said he's there to celebrate with them and tells Vi. Charley told him to make sure Vi received the flowers. And Vi said, you know what? I hadn't even been off the phone with her hour. And this big truck pulled up with all these beautiful flowers and they arrived for me. Yeah, I received it. Hollywood said, well, I called Ralph Angel, and he was jumping up and down. He was so excited, saying, then he gonna tell me it's about time. Hollywood said Ralph Angel was not lying. And I said, I know he wouldn't. Later on, Remy and Nova in the kitchen cleaning up, and they talking amongst each other. And she's saying that she needed this moment. Everything has been so stressful. In fact, that's why she left years ago. But she left one form of stress only to pick up another. And he basically told her, it's all right that you stress, because when you stress, it seems like you win and you've been a success at everything that you've done around these parts. She commend him on his work he's done in the community as well, and he says he thanks her but tells her She too is she's done great work too. Don't never count out what you done did. We did this here. We might not have did it together, but we both have made our mark to make this community a better one today. He praised her cooking, and she credited that to Unbi for who teaching her everything. She said Unbi taught her everything, and he said she knows. Uh, She said everything. She said, Vi taught me everything. He said everything. She said that part. Because she knew what he was talking about. He said, I ain't gonna lie. Vi is one hell of a woman. If I ain't think she'd run me off, I'd have tried her a long time ago. And they laughing about it. Then they both agree Hollywood and Vi are a rarity in this world today. It's hard to find somebody who you could be yourself with. Flaws and all, they still love you anyway. And I said, you ain't lying about that. She said, yeah, it's rare, but she said it's rare but not impossible. Then he puts his hand over her hands, and I felt a bit awkward in that moment, y'all, because, I'm thinking, Nova, now, come on now, don't get caught up in this moment. Hold your puss and let the Lord fight your battle, because y'all do know that she is free spirited, and I'm like, girl, don't do that to Charley. Please don't do that to Charley. He ends up thanking her for having him over, compliments her home, and he give her a hug, and even though that hug was a little bit too long, he carried his ass out that door, and I was like, girl, don't let no attraction build up between you and that man, because, oh, hell no. Hell no. Everything going wrong on this side of town, baby. Ralph Angel arrives home, and Charley is sitting in there, and she tells him that she's down to 3 farmers. Everyone has backed out on her. He asks if the Landrys will ever stop their foolishness, and she said, no, but I got a plan. She tell him, what I want you to do is I want you to go meal with the Boudreaux. And he wasn't feeling that. Not after all they done did to us and tried to play us out our land and everything. She said, yes, but we got to change our game. She asked him if he would just trust her. She's only got 3 farms from West St. Joseph Parish. She can't lose this season. So please just do what I'm asking you to do and trust me. She said she's thought this out, Ralph Angel. She's thoroughly thought it out, and she just need him to trust him. Trust her. She said they got to make this an internal fight, one that they don't see coming. She's done it several times in the past, and she knows she can win. She said it will be like a slaughter, but they won't come back from this one. I put that on our daddy. Ralph Andrews said, you on some Godfather shit? Charley said, he said, alright, I'm in. He said he trusts her. She told him, I know you going through some things right now, but you almost through your first harvest, and I want you to know that I'm so proud of you. He said, I appreciate that, Charley. I really do. She said, and just to let you know, I stand with you, just like you standing with me. And that's why I fired Darla, because I don't never want you to feel like you got to question where my loyalty stands. I said, all right. Later on, he goes to Darla's, one of her meetings, her little 12-step program meetings and stuff, stay off the drugs and shit meetings. He looking for her, but he don't see her, so he come up to the sponsor and ask where she is, has she left early. The sponsor said she ain't been here. But, she has been staying with me, but she told me this morning that she needed to be alone by herself tonight. She said, I don't know what's going on, but it's weighing heavy on her. She due back tomorrow. But whatever it is, it's weighing heavy on her. And I'm worried about Darla. And you can see he was worried too. He thanked her and he left. Child Remy finds Charley at the mill, and he telling her, look, I want to have some one-on-ones with all the farmers who have left, who has decided to leave, and try to talk to them and get them to, see reason and stick with QueenSugar. She told him, it's no need. She said, I already talked to Ralph Angel, and I have a plan it's gonna be a bit untraditional, and it may be a bit bold. But I told Ralph Angel to take his cane to the Landry. and I'm joining forces with Jacob Boudreaux. Uh, it's a chess game at this point. Remy wasn't feeling that shit. He said, how you think these farmers gonna feel? 6 months you've been promising them fairness and security, and now you gonna link up with the enemy. She said, I have taken that into consideration. But I realize it's gonna sting at first, but in the long run it's gonna be for their benefit. Remy mad at this point. He said they left. He mad. He telling her don't do that. She said, well, wait, hold up. They left me anyway. They left me anyway. They bailed out on me because of a white man's lie. Is what she said to him. So forgive me if I'm not all willing to settle for what hadn't happened. Sit up and play violins in an empty mill over what the community gonna think if I save myself and in the long run save them. She said they told me how they feel. Loud and clear, and I heard. He said, Charley, right is right. And I understand you hurting, but please don't do this. She said, it's one thing I've learned about myself in this year. Hurt fuels me. She said, I don't sit back and let it consume me. I let it drive me. And she's not going to lick her wounds here with these people. She's going to go head on, and the Landrys and the Boudreaux are going to feel her wrath. And please believe me, is what she said. She said, this is what needs to happen. And asked, why can't he see it? He said he can't, and she playing with the devil. And he ain't certain he can play with her while she doing this. He said he don't know her at this point. And she said, okay, so you don't know me. Because I'm tired of trying to prove myself to you. Either you trust me or you don't. And he said he don't. And he walked away. And you could see that broke her heart. I said, wow. They broke up. Nova is sending this article in for her, I guess for her job. You know, she a reporter or journalist or whatever you want to call it. And I don't think she was too confident in what she was sending because it was a little bit out of the ordinary for her. But child, yes, God, that editor sent her an email back saying that was one of the most well thought out and different types of articles she's ever done. It has impressed him so bad that he's willing to offer her a feature on the front page every Sunday, or at least that Sunday. He offered her a feature, and I think front page that Sunday. Man, child, she liked that. That was all she needed. She feels some sense of accomplishment. She able to lay down and get her some sleep, and that's what we saw her do. Now, Ralph Angel, he all over the city. He going from trap to trap looking for Darla, child. He came upon this one place where these three bitches sitting out here playing cards. It's a trap spot. He asking about Darla, giving her description. Old girl said she can be there. He wasn't falling for her flirtatious shit she was giving him. So she said they ain't seen her. He went to 3 other locations looking for Darla and could not find her in any of them. So then he decides, let me go check what she loved the most. And there's where he found her. Remember, she liked swimming. She's the reason why he allowed Blue to start swimming, because she used to swim and she was rather good at it in school. So he found her there, and y'all, this scene just tore me up. I said, Lord, she's swimming. This her new happy place. I said, I'd rather her be in her new happy place than down there to them drug houses he had just left looking for her. They talking, she asked about the harvest. He don't want to talk about that. He said he know he ain't always done right by her, and he got a pass. And he got a temper, and he got baggage, and he admit all of that. He admits all of that. But he ain't never lied to her. He said, all the things I may have thought about you in the past, I ain't never see you as no liar. And she asked him to hear her out, and he said, okay, I'm listening. So she tells him it was that weekend I went back to D.C., and it was a party, and she was about to tell him how this shit went down, and he told her very loud that I don't want to hear about your past. I don't want to hear about who you been with. You know, he don't want to hear that. And I was like, I kind of hate he did that, because we might have heard something important. It might be more to this story than what she's, what we know right now. Don't cut her off. Let her listen to what she's saying. But, child, he ain't do it, and so we won't know what the fuck it was she wanted to say. Only thing he won't know is you lied for 7 years. Why did you lie to me for 7 years? You lied when you said you loved me, and that no matter what, it was all about me, you, and Blue. She said, I do love you, Ralph Angel. He said, if you love me, why would you do this to me? Basically, I'm going to break down what they did. He tried to understand why she hurt him so deep. He mad, so he yelling at her, telling her, I need to understand. You telling me I need to understand. She said she trying to help him. He said she don't have to. How did that shit go? Hold on, y'all. She said no excuses, and what I did was unacceptable. He said, but you want me to accept it? She said, no, I want you to understand. He's so mad, he tell her, tell me something. I need to understand. Tell me something that makes sense, because ain't shit you saying right at this moment making any sense for me. Okay? I said, child. She said, I was scared for my life, Ralph Angel. I couldn't remember what happened with those guys, and I regretted that pregnancy. Every day I found out about it, I wasn't sure if I was pregnant from the man that I was in love with, or from a mistake that I made when I was under the influence. She wanted it to end every day. Then he got locked up, and it all fell apart, and she didn't know what to say. He said, you could have told me I'm pregnant and I don't know if it's yours or not, opposed to telling me you pregnant and leading me on all this time to believe that it is what it is. He remembers the day she told him that, and how she allowed him to celebrate and be proud. And then now she's just snatching it all away from him. Bottom line, he hurt because they've been together for a minute now, and of all the things he expected, he never expected her to take the wind from beneath his wing like that. She's asking him at that point, just don't, blame me, be mad at me, I don't give a damn. But you can't walk away from Blue. You all he got. And he told her, he said, darling, Blue in my veins, even if I ain't in his. She told him, I'm gonna go back to my parents in DC, and I'm gonna try to continue, And he told her that God bless you, darling, for real. She said, so it's over. He said, I can't be with somebody I can't trust. And they broke up, and that was a very heavy scene. I was like, but she going back to her parents to try to get her life together. Blue gonna stay with him, and he gonna tell her that he's gonna tell Blue that she's sick and she had to go and get well, and she'll be back to teach him how to swim some more. I was like, damn. I hope they can see past this, but that's a hurt that they might not get past that, because he told her he ain't gonna never look at her the same. Child, I'll never trust you again. Charley go see Jacob, and she apologized for being abrupt on their last meeting, and she was caught up, so she saying ego, but she listening now and ask him what do he want, and he basically said, I want you. I want us to get into this partnership with one another. People don't have to know that I'm behind it, that we're a team. She said, no team, but you can buy this meal. He said, you worked all these months just to sell? She said she tired of fighting. She done lost a lot. Over-focused on winning. She over-focused on winning so bad she wasn't there for her son, and she's alienated her whole family, and it has cost her important relationships. She basically about to go into business with him, but she said this is how this is going to go. I will remain the face of this business. You can buy my meal, but I'm gonna remain the face of it. I will receive a salary. I'll run the day-to-day operations, and you leave the black farmers alone. I'll deal with them. And he said, "What about another partnership?" And he grabbed her hand, and she told him one thing at a time, and he agreed. Mm, mm, mm. You can tell she about to mess them the fuck up. Do you hear me? Charley finna fuck with his mind, and she gonna fuck with she gonna fuck with his mind to take everything that he done took from her back and then some. Watch what I tell you. But the only thing about it is, her and Remy over now. And I do believe Charley gonna give him some honey to get in the way she need to get in. Cause she focused now. I'm getting these motherfuckers. Failure ain't an option. Child, she tries, what did I say? Okay, Ralph Angel, last scene. Let me hurry up. Ralph Angel go get Blue from Hollywood and buying this. He was putting him in his seatbelt on him to take him to the house. He was asleep. He woke up and he asked where he been. And he said it's harvest time, and you can look that Blue wasn't really feeling it. He didn't really accept that answer, and Ralph Angel said, "Where you thought I was?" And you could see he was about to cry. He said, "I really didn't know." So Ralph Angel decided to tell him about how he received his name, and this is it in short. I was looking for a name for you. Me and Darla had went through several different names. She wanted Cordell and Troy. I didn't know what I wanted. Then I had a family member who was a good man who wanted me to name you Percy so we can carry the name on. And then Unvi told me the day she found out her name was actually more than what she thought it was because she saw it on the color. Violet. So he knew he wanted a special name, something rare for his son, something no one else in the family had, something innocent, something good, and something pure. So he chose a name that would rhyme with his mother name. Her name is True. So he called him Blue. And he said, "Do you understand?" And he said, "Yes, I do." And that he hugged him, and then he got ready to get in the car, and we ended this season watching him, Blue, fall asleep as he's looking up at the moon. And that was season 2 of QueenSugar. Y'all, I know I was long-winded and talking and shit, and I got caught up sometime, but hell, I gave it to you. That's everything. If I left anything out that you feel pertinent, put it down in the panic. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. I'll see you guys back for Black Ink Crew. Peace.